Okay, now let's get over here on select our, we see we have the pot over to the left menu, this menu with the icons on it, and we have the model mode, texture, we're playing points. We're going to select the points and we're going to start working with these polygons and model this little guy out. So up here, let's select the points. Make sure that you have your dinosaur selected in the object menu. And we selected our points and we can see our arrows are kind of going the way of the object on the 3-axis. And if we come up here to this top menu and we hold our cursor over, we can select the coordinate system. Use World Object Coordinate System, and the shortcut is W on the keyboard there. And we can click that on, and then see how our arrows changed. Now they're going up and down. So if we pull straight up or we grab the blue, it's going to stay on the Z-axis. And we can see the Y, Z, and X, X, Y, and Z here in the corner, the left bottom corner of our window. And when we're on the Y, or when we select the Y, we're on the Y. And we're going up and down. And so then when we get on the Z, we go left and right. And then we get on X, we go kind of forward and backwards. In the 3D, that's what this is all about, being able to move around in the whole space. So I'm going to leave it where it was. I edit it, undo that. Now I'm going to pull this this way. And I'm going to kind of position it there at his nose, and I'm going to start to model this a little bit with the shapes I decided. And we can move this section around wherever we want it. And I'm not sure where I want it yet. Okay, so let's just put it out here for right now. And then we're going to get on the cutting tool. And I'm going to zoom in more so you can see this. And we're just working on this side. And up here in the top menu where it says select, I'm going to click the select, drop down the menu, come all the way to the end, to the bottom, and click. Oh no, wait a minute. We're going to get on loop selection. It's up here. So we want to get on the loop selection right here. And now we're going to switch over from the polygon tool and the points polygon, and we're going to get on the live selection tool. And let's see, what are we doing here? Okay, what we want to do is we want to get on the knife. I'm a little bit tired here. So right click on your open space in your view and get the knife tool. There we go. Okay, that's what we want to do. We will be using the select loop, but first we have to get on the knife tool. So we got on the knife tool by right clicking in the open space. See that knife tool? We're going to do some cutting into these polygons. And then when we have our dinosaur selected up here, or actually notice the menu, the this menu down here changed, and we want it so when we select the knife again, we're back on the attributes menu, and I'm going to move the tabs so that it's at the top. So we're in the attributes menu, and the tabs were to the right, and I just set them to the top. So when I click on the dinosaur, my attributes manager changes and gives me other options. And then when I select the knife, I have more options. So whatever we're selected, we're going to see things change in the attributes manager. And if we need attributes on both, well, you'll see. Right, I click back on the dinosaur, it switches to his attributes right here. And if I need another attributes manager box open, I click this little plus on the right top corner. See right here on the right, past the 0, it's a plus. And that gives me another window, so I can have this attributes manager open and select the knife right here and lock it, and then my selections for my knife will stay open. And then if I switch to the light, is this one locked? Oh yeah, that one was locked too. So I unlocked this one, and I locked that one. Either way, if it's not locked and you switch, you're going to see your menu change. You get on the knife. If we get on the rotate tool, we get on the live selection, we get on the model box, our options change in the attributes manager. Sometimes you need to see them locked when you're working with two things at the same time, and you'll need that more when you're doing things like hair. And so we can just close that and unlock this and get, you'll be like, why is this not working, or why is that not working? A lot of times it's because you forgot to hop on, select another tool. So you get used to just clicking the different tools and learning what each one does. So as I spaced out before, where were we? We're on the knife tool, and just right click. Let's see. We want to be on the dinosaur, and we want to be down, we need to be down in polygon mode, I think. So we're in polygons. And now, we're getting this menu because we're in polygon mode. But if we're up here in model mode, we click right, we get a different menu. So that's really important, because you're going to be like going crazy. Why this? Why that? Why this? So if you get it down now that it all depends on what tool you're on, what menus are going to come up. So we're gonna start cutting up this with the cutter now. So we're gonna get back on the knife tool. We're in polygon mode, and we're on the knife tool. And then we see over here in the attributes box, knife, options, line. And we're going to select in this mode, line, and we're going to come down this little menu. We're going to choose a loop. That's what we're looking for earlier. And so we say restrict to selection. No, we don't have to. If that basically means if we click off the tool we're on and we get on the live selection, and I select these polygons, then I can only cut on those. And sometimes that helps. The more polygons you get going when your model gets bigger, so you don't cut everything that you don't want to cut, or you cut only what you do need to cut. And I didn't have all those selected, so if you have some selected, hold down the Shift key on your keyboard and drag, and that will select them all. So you need to use your Shift key to select them. And there we go. That's selection mode. And actually, since we already have it selected, we can make a set selection by going Select, coming down the menu to Set Selection. And that made a set selection. So if I click off by just clicking in another spot, that deselected my polygons. And then I can come over here and double click on this little triangle. That's my set selection. And I can name that selection too. But I'm not going to do that yet because I don't know what that's going to be. We're going to cut that all up. But we'll have a set selection to begin with. Okay, so let's see. Let's get back on our, make sure we're in polygons mode. And we're on the dinosaur. And let's get the knife tool. And let's get in loop mode. We can leave restrict to selection or click it off, I think. And I'm going to add some cuts here. And I want my loop to loop all the way around, so I'm not sure. You can usually see this loop around by holding it, but it didn't select, so I'm going to edit undo. This will only edges. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Keep lock. Select cuts. Maybe if we, okay, when I drag it to the edge, maybe that's what it is. Okay, so instead of holding the mouse in the center, it wants to cut either to the left or the right. I see now. But if we turn all the way around and we hold it here, we can see it's going to cut all the way around. So let's hold the cutting tool at the edge and wait until we see the white lines wrap all the way around, and let's cut it. So I'm just going to make a few cuts for now. There's one. We come down a little bit here, two, and then I can take a peek at that and see if that cut. Yeah, that cut all the way around. And then let's go 3, and let's do one more here. There we go, and we can see that really well. Yeah, those are cut like that. Awesome. Okay, we're doing great. We're doing great. So cute. Okay, so take a good look at it. Make sure your lines are cut. You're cut. And start modeling. And we're going to be right back.